Under the circuit's harsh lights, the Red Dragon's car snatched the lead with a silent, violent lurch. No wheels spin, no exhaust pop, just a chassis snapping jump, a telltale sign of illicit torque boost technology.
That's not skill, that's a chip. And I've been hunting it for months. Agent Sato, the target is confirmed. Requesting authorization to go undercover.
Authorization granted. Remember, you are on your own. Good luck.
Torque boost chip, a black market module that multiplies engine output, undetectable to track sensors.
This is bigger than one team. I can feel it. I'll approach the White Wolves. They need a driver. I need a cover. It's a clean path.
Her cover identity was ready. Haruka, an amateur racer with a mysterious talent. She walked toward the White Wolves' garage, where suspicion and desperation brewed in equal measure. The White Wolves' garage reeked of defeat. Wrecked body panels and hollow stairs told the story.
So you are the amateur who thinks she can handle our car. We're on a losing streak if you haven't noticed.
I've seen worse. Give me one lap. If I am slow, I walk.
Fine. The track's still wet from last night. Don't wreck my chassis.
Shinji, are you really letting a stranger drive? We don't know anything about her.
I can't afford doubt. Get in, drive, and make them believe.
She took the wheel. The engine snarled, and she carved the damp circuit with clinical precision. Her lap time flashed on the board, seconds faster than their best this season.
All right. You are in. But don't expect any handouts. We'll see how you handle real competition.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
The White Wolves' practice session ended after midnight. Haruka stayed behind, replaying telemetry logs.
The torque curve spikes too cleanly. A stock ECU doesn't deliver that kind of boost.
She popped the hood and traced the wiring harness with a flashlight.
A torque boost chip. The same illegal module that gives Red Dragons their edge.
The garage door creaked open. Taro froze, dropping his wrench with a loud clang.
What is this chip doing in our car, Taro? How long has the team been using it?
I didn't install it. Maybe Shinji. I don't know. I just fix what they tell me.
The telemetry doesn't lie. I saw the boost spikes. You knew about this.
You can't tell Shinji. He'll throw me to the Red Dragons. Please, Haruka, just drop it.
She pocketed the chip, her expression unreadable. Taro's fear was palpable, but the truth was far from uncovered. Haruka found Shinji alone in the garage, the chip burning a hole in her palm.
Explain this, Shinji. I found it wired into our car. It's a torque boost chip.
You weren't supposed to find it. We've been using them for months. The Red Dragons have a better version. Without our own, we'd be lapped every race. A guy named Kuroda supplies us. He never asks questions, just delivers. If we stop, they'll find out, and they'll destroy us.
Kuroda. That's the first real lead. I need to get eyes on him. When does Kuroda make his next drop? I want to be there.
Taro handles the handoffs. Tomorrow night, behind the old shipping docks.
She pocketed the chip a second time, her expression unreadable. The mission had just found its next target. Under a drizzle, Taro slipped through the back streets towards the shipping docks, a package tucked under his arm.
There he is. Kuroda, behind the containers. Keep the lens focused.
Kuroda handed Taro a new chip, his voice carrying through the damp air. The Federation guy will be pleased.
The Federation. This isn't just a rogue tech. It's an organized supply chain. Sato, I've got something. The supplier just mentioned a Federation contact.
Good work. Find out where this tech operates. Get inside his workshop, quietly.
Understood. I'll trace his location tonight.
She followed Kuroda through the maze of cargo crates, marking the location of a dilapidated warehouse.
That's his workshop. I'll come back when it's empty.
The recording was damning. A direct line from illegal chips to the Drift Federation. Haruka returned to the warehouse at 3 a.m., picking the lock with practiced ease. Inside, the workshop was a mess of circuit boards and half-assembled chips.
This is the nerve center. Kuroda is mass-producing illegal torque boost modules.
A locked filing cabinet yielded a list of deliveries and 2 names, Officer Tanaka and Officer Saito.
Cops are on the payroll. This corruption goes deeper than any street race.
Haruka slipped into the police evidence room that night, flashlight in hand. She cross-referenced the officers' reports. Each traffic stop near the circuit was conveniently dismissed.
They've been protecting the shipments. And the authorization signatures lead to the Federation VP, Kaito.
Kaito's name appeared on shipping manifests, signed in his own hand, linking him directly to the chip supply.
I have him on paper, but I need a recorded confession to make it stick.
Haruka entered the public time trial. The White Wolves car stripped of its illegal chip.
I don't need a boost to break records. This is all skill.
Her lap time blazed across the board, a new circuit record, seconds ahead of the field.
That should be enough to reel in the Red Dragons.
That was surgical. No smoke, no wheel slip. How long have you been hiding that?
Long enough to know my car handles better without unnecessary add-ons.
The White Wolves are holding you back. A driver like you deserves real horsepower.
Are you suggesting I betray my team?
I am suggesting you test with us. See what winning feels like. No commitment, just one trial.
Haruka met his gaze and nodded. The door to the Red Dragon's garage had just swung open. The Red Dragon's garage gleamed with sponsor logos and high-end equipment, a world away from the White Wolves' despair.
Every tool calibrated, every part cataloged. They've built an empire on this secret.
She traced the wiring behind a carbon fiber panel and found it, a chip far more advanced than the White Wolves' version.
This chip doubles the boost output. No wonder they dominate every race.
In a locked drawer, she found delivery manifests bearing the Federation's letterhead and Kaito's authorized signature.
Direct supply runs from the VP himself. This connects the entire chain.
A muffled voice echoed from the office. Takumi, his tone strained, backing against the wall.
I can't keep doing this. If they find out, just tell him the delivery is on schedule.
He's not the mastermind. He's a pawn, just like Shinji.
Her camera roll now held the blueprint of corruption. Only Kaito's recorded words remained to seal the case. Haruka walked into the Federation's glass tower, a sponsorship pitch on her lips and a recorder in her pocket.
One incautious sentence. That's all I need.
Ah, the rising star. I hear you've been turning heads. What can the Federation do for you?
Sponsorship to race clean. But I wonder, how does a team like Red Dragons get that kind of edge?
Special parts, shall we say. I've kept this sport exciting for a decade. Both teams dance to my tune. Chips, police covers, a generous judge. All orchestrated by me.
That's a full confession. Wiring, shipments, judicial collusion, on tape. Sato, the target, incriminated himself. Full organizational chart confirmed.
The final tournament is in 3 days. We'll have federal agents at every entrance.
The sting was set. The final race would become the stage for the largest arrest in drift history. The night before the tournament, Haruka called Shinji to a deserted parking lot.
I am not just a racer. I am a federal agent with the Bureau of Automotive Security.
She held up a gold badge that glinted under the streetlight.
Both teams have been manipulated by Kaito. He's the one supplying the chips. I have proof.
You've been spying on us. The whole time?
I am giving you a chance to come clean. Race the final normally. Don't warn Kaito.
Shinji's shoulders slumped, but he nodded. A single word. Fine. An hour later, under a different streetlight, Takumi heard the same cold truth.
So, all my wins, they were never my own. Kaito used us like toy cars.
He, too, agreed to play his part. The final race would be a performance with a federal finale. Under a midday sun, Haruka lined up at the semi-final start, her White Wolves car stripped of illegal tech.
No chip, no boost. Just my hands on the wheel.
The flag dropped. She carved the circuit with surgical precision, crossing the line a full car length ahead, The crowd erupted not in celebration, but disbelief. A white wolf had beaten the red dragons clean.
There's no way. She sabotaged my car or rigged the timers. Haruka's a fraud.
The telemetry data doesn't lie. Check my ECU. You won't find any irregular boost.
Stewards plugged into her car's computer. The data was pristine, no chip detected.
Let them inspect every wire. The real fraud is Kaito, sitting in the Federation box.
With no evidence of wrongdoing, the results stood. The final was set. White wolves versus red dragons. Haruka's cover held, but the strain was beginning to show. The real race was still ahead. The night before the final, Haruka met Sato in a nondescript van parked near the circuit.
I've swapped the White Wolves chip with a tracker. The moment they activate it, we'll have a live location pulse.
Good. Both teams will use their illegal chips tonight. We'll have undeniable proof.
Outside, federal agents in tactical gear melted into the shadows, taking positions near every gate and the VIP box.
It's not just about the evidence anymore. I have to make sure the team leaders aren't swept up too.
She returned to the garage and slid into the driver's seat, her hand resting on the wheel.
Once I step out of this car, everything changes. They'll know I used them.
The tracker chip was buried deep in the wiring harness, indistinguishable from the original.
Shinji trusted me, Takumi too. But this is the only way they get a second chance.
Dawn broke. The final race was hours away. Haruka tightened her gloves and stared at the track. The final race exploded into motion. 2 cars, 1 red dragon, 1 white wolf, fighting for glory. Then the blue glow. Unmistakable. Energy rings pulsed from both exhausts as the illegal chips engaged.
They took the bait. Every watt of boost is being tracked.
In the pits, Haruka pressed the transmitter. The signal raced to Sato's command center.
No turning back. This is the moment.
Sirens shattered the air. Helicopters swooped low, searchlights cutting through tire smoke. Black federal SUVs burst onto the track, surrounding the 2 cars mid-corner. The crowd screamed as armed agents leaped out. Weapons raised, megaphones blared. Everyone freeze. This is a federal raid. All personnel remain in your vehicles. In the Federation VIP box, Kaito turned white, his decade of control unraveling in seconds. Through the chaos, Haruka strode onto the track, her white racing suit stark against the flashing lights. She pulled off her helmet in one sharp motion, her black hair spilling free.
This race is part of a federal investigation. I am Agent Haruka, Federal Bureau of Automotive Security.
The gold badge glinted under the helicopter spotlight as the crowd fell into stunned silence.
Illegal torque boost chips have corrupted this sport. Arrests are being made across the paddock.
She trained her finger at the Federation VIP box.
The mastermind is Vice President Kaito. He supplied both teams for a decade to control the sport.
Kaito bolted from his seat, stumbling over overturned furniture, but agents already blocked the exits.
They trusted me as a racer. Now I have to prove I am on their side.
The race was over, but the judgment had only just begun. Agents moved with cold efficiency, handcuffing pit crew, techs, and the 2 corrupt police officers. Officers Tanaka and Saito were led away, their badges stripped in front of the crowd.
Everyone on this screen was part of Kaito's network. Police, judges, Federation officials.
On a massive screen, wiretap transcripts, delivery manifests, and Kaito's own recorded voice played for all. Kaito's voice: "As long as you keep buying my special parts, I'll control who stands on that podium." In the VIP box, Kaito thrashed, but 2 agents drove him to the floor, wrists locking behind his back. Shinji and Takumi stood frozen beside their cars, agents' hands on their shoulders, but no cuffs. The teams watched the screens as their 5-year rivalry unraveled into a single, brutal truth.
They need to see the monster, not each other. Then maybe they'll let go of the hate.
Kaito was dragged past the grid, his snarl cutting through the silent crowd, but no one felt pity. Haruka raised the microphone, her voice cutting through the helicopter thrum.
This was never about horsepower. It was about a man who wanted to own every podium, every trophy, every driver. Kaito created the chip trade a decade ago. Red Dragons got the best ones. White Wolves got the leftovers. Both were trapped.
She detailed the supply chain, the police cover-ups, the rigged inspections, all traced back to the Federation VP.
If a team refused to buy, they were blacklisted. No sponsors, no track access. It was buy or die.
Takumi's jaw tightened, his fists clenching. Shinji closed his eyes, a single tear tracing through grime.
These two men weren't cheaters, they were cornered. And they raced with the weight of a lie they couldn't escape.
The crowd's confused murmurs shifted into a low, angry roar, but no longer aimed at the drivers.
Today, that weight lifts. The Bureau indicts Kaito and his network, not the racers. They deserve a clean start.
On the grid, the two team leaders stared at Haruka, years of hatred dissolving into shared, bewildered grief.
You think I am the villain? I just gave them what they wanted. I made millions.
Over 10 years, you sold 500 illegal chips, netting $12 million in untaxed funds.
Bank ledgers and shipment manifests flooded the screen. A decade of greed laid bare. Kaito's smirk twitched.
You bribed 2 police officers, 3 circuit judges, and a Federation inspector to stay silent.
Moments later, those same officials were paraded past the grandstand, their uniforms stripped and badges tossed.
And without me, this sport is just a parking lot. I should be thanked.
44 people arrested tonight. Every level of the Drift Federation was compromised.
The crowd's roar surged, a single voice of fury. Kaito's smugness finally cracked into something like fear.
It's done. The evidence is airtight. Now the real work begins, rebuilding the sport.
The symbol of corruption disappeared behind tinted windows. The track lay in ruins, but the sport's future had just been seized back. Haruka descended from the stage and walked towards the grid where Takumi and Shinji stood.
Takumi, Shinji, you were never the villains here. You were victims of a decade-long fraud. You were forced to cheat by a system that was rigged against you from the start. But the track is clean now. No more lies. So I am asking you, will you race the right way?
I've hated you for 5 years, but you suffered the same hell I did.
Maybe we can build something new, together.
Their hands clasped. 5 years of rivalry ended in a single firm handshake.
From today, you are the Clean Alliance. No chips, no lies, just speed.
A new car rolled onto the grid, emblazoned with the Clean Alliance crest. A phoenix rising from the checkered flag. The crowd erupted, not just for a race, but for the rebirth of their sport. Several days after the raid, Haruka walked into the Federal Bureau of Automotive Security headquarters, still wearing her racing suit. Agent Sato's office was quiet. A single file and a small box on his desk.
Agent Haruka, your undercover work dismantled the largest corruption ring in drifting history. You are being promoted to senior field agent, effective immediately.
Thank you, sir. I couldn't have done it without the team.
Sato slid a folded document and a new badge across the desk.
This is a special racing license from the Bureau. You've earned the right to compete semi-professionally, strictly as a hobby, of course.
A license. I never thought I'd be allowed to race clean again.
She opened the document. Her name, her clearance, her official permission to race semi-professionally.
I can finally be both. The agent and the racer.
Clutching the license, she smiled, ready for the track and whatever mission came next. Months later, under a golden sunset, Haruka stood in the pit lane in a Clean Alliance racing suit. Her car gleamed beside her, white and green, the Alliance crest shining on the hood.
I used to look at this track and see a crime scene. Now I see a blank slate. No more undercover work. No more lies. Just my hands on the wheel and the road ahead.
She touched the fender, the metal cool and honest. A machine ready for clean competition.
Takumi and Shinji are out there, side by side, Not as enemies, but as allies. We built this.
The stands were full again, not with tension, but anticipation for a race without corruption.
Every lap I took as an agent led to this moment. I earned my place on this grid.
She took a deep breath of fuel and rubber, the scent no longer a trigger. Then she pulled on her helmet, eyes focused, ready to show the world what clean racing truly meant. The start lights flickered green. Haruka launched forward. No illegal glow, just the roar of honest horsepower.
No chip. No trick. Just me, the car, and the road.
The crowd roared, not for a scandal, but for the sport. Clean Alliance banners fluttered in the breeze. She overtook cleanly, every turn a testament to skill, not stolen power. Under the setting sun, the cars carved the circuit like artists. No smoke, no distortion, only grace. The Clean Alliance crest on her car caught the light, a symbol of what racing could be.
This is the future we built. No more lies.
She crossed the line, not as a champion, but as a true racer. No asterisks, no regrets. The track gleamed, not as a crime scene, but as a home for a new generation of racers. And for Haruka, the badge and the helmet finally rested together, both earned, both true. In the weeks that followed, the Drift Federation was officially reformed. The Clean Alliance became a symbol of integrity, drawing sponsors and fans back to the sport. Haruka continued to race, no longer undercover, but simply a racer. Her skills, not stolen chips, defined her victories. And the rivalry that once tore the sport apart became a story of redemption. The streets, once shadowed by corruption, now saw only the glow of brake lights and honest competition. Haruka's badge remained by her side, a reminder of the justice she brought. But her helmet was now her true face. She had proven that one person, racing with integrity, could topple a corrupt empire. The track was no longer a battleground of cheats. It was a place for champions. And as the engines roared for the next race, the tire smoke cleared, leaving only the truth. Skill defines a champion.